Are you being set up to fail at your job? I want to share with you the red flags that you may be set up for failure at your job. If you don't know me already, I'm Dr. Kamani. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, a toxic job survivor, but more importantly, I'm a toxic job liberator for Black women. I'm also the co host with Marissa Price of the Job Liberation Virtual Summit for Black women, which is available on replay. We ushered over 300 Black women to freedom in terms of learning how to replace your income, what to do about your health insurance. You can access that with the replay, which is available again by clicking it in the description section, and you can get the replay. But I want to share with you ways that you can possibly tell that you are being set up for failure in the workplace. This is based upon my own experiences as well as the experiences of so many Black women that I work with in therapy, coaching, that I've heard from family or friends. Okay. So I'm just going to just break it down to you in terms of the red flags to look out for. Number one, are you being overloaded with unrealistic deadlines? So it's no way for you to meet the deadline, but people just keep piling stuff on you with the expectation that you will not be able to complete the deadline. And then when you don't, then you're dinged for it. Okay. But it's unrealistic. Number two, receiving unclear instructions or directions about what is it that they want you to do, how they want you to go about doing it. So if you're asking for clarity for information, they're kind of giving you the runaround, or it's very vague, or they say it's up to you, but you know that you're going to be judged by some standard, but they're not telling you what the real standard is. Number three, deliberately being kept out of the loop. So there might be like clicks in the job, or certain people are getting information, or you might normally be part of a team, but you are excluded from receiving information. So then how can you really do your job? But again, they will use that to ding you. Number four, micromanaging every move you make. So you're already sharing your calendar, but they're micromanaging you in terms of your regular job duties and just nitpicking every single thing you do. That is so demeaning when that happens. I know for me, I was in a situation previously at a previous toxic job that I resigned from, that the supervisor had access to my calendar, but then she called me in and asked me about every specific thing on my calendar. Also, you may notice that previously you were able to do certain things with certain freedoms, but then, or now your supervisor is asking you about every little thing, like questioning about every little thing you do, maybe wanted to check any email that you send out or second guessing you. Okay, so the micromanaging. Number five, colleagues who gossip or lie about you. I'm doing a video today, which you'll see the replay of if you didn't see the live, about colleagues. So when your colleagues are toxic, so what happens when you have team projects or you rely on certain people to do certain aspects of their jobs? You can do your job, but they are sabotaging you in many ways. They're throwing you under the bus. They're lying on you. They're making up stories about you. They're gossiping about you. And that's why I really stress, when you're in the workplace, be very careful of what information you share with coworkers, because you don't know where that information can go. You might find out that information you're sharing in private ends up going places that you didn't want it to go. So be very mindful of information you share with your colleagues. And I would stress, please do not share with your colleagues about your plans to leave a job, and or please be mindful of you venting, having venting sessions, because again, the colleagues might take some aspect of what you're sharing and twist it in some ways for their own benefit. So be mindful of that. Now, the last red flag I want to share with you is something that I want to share a little story time about that happened to me. So it's being assigned those other duties as assigned. So those duties that you are assigned that are outside of the job that you were hired for, outside of the job qualifications, and you are asked to do certain tasks that, again, are outside of what you were hired for, and outside of what you maybe have expertise or competence in. So you're being set up for failure. So story time for me, anyone who knows me knows that technology, I've been trying to become closer with technology, trying to embrace technology. It's been a long road. Technology has been a challenge for me. Even the fact that I'm able to do StreamYard right now is amazing. But technology has always been a challenge for me. So towards the end of the time that I was at that toxic job, I was asked to be a technical support person for this project. So why would you choose me to be the technical person, knowing that everybody knew that tech wasn't something that I was, and I'm a clinical psychologist. So now I'm being put in a position to be tech support, right? So again, being set up for failure. And it was interesting that I was set up to support a Black woman in this situation. And when I talked to you about red flags, this is another red flag. So this Black woman that I was supposed to be supporting was very close friends with a workplace bully. So if you are in a situation and you notice that the people that you're interfacing with have connections with the workplace bully, be mindful, because if they have similarities and character similarities, be mindful of that person. Okay. No matter what they say about the person behind the person's back, be very mindful of that person. So again, I want to share with you 6 signs, 6 red flags that you may be set up for failure in the workplace. When you recognize these signs, please pay attention. Please pay attention. And I would suggest that as you notice these things are happening, to start setting a plan in place in terms of your exit plan. So start thinking about, okay, I see this is happening. I know this is not going to turn out well for me. I know it's not. And instead of devoting so much energy to fighting, when you're being set up for failure, it's going to end up kind of blowing up in your face. So my suggestion to you is to really explore your resources for exit planning, because when you are being set up for failure, you're really fighting an uphill battle, a battle that you're not going to win, and at the expense of your own well-being, your own physical and or mental health. So be mindful of that. I want to just come on very briefly and share this with you about recognizing the red flags that you may be being set up in the workplace. You might be set up for failure in the workplace. So pay attention to these signs. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. Also, please give this video a thumbs up and share this video with at least 2 other Black women. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.